Hello, everybody. This is Ness of Lady V's Unique Creations. How are you? I hope everyone is having a great day. Hey, well, I want to say thank you to everybody who supports me on all my platforms on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I am Ness of Lady V's Unique Creations. I'm going to come here today and just talk a couple of topics, just putting everybody on some business tips. For a lot of people who don't know, I am a starter for nonprofit organizations. I've been doing this since 2007, and I am a self-taught person, business person, and what I do is I start nonprofit organizations for people. I help you get some type of donations. I work with a lot of people to try to get funding. I work with a lot of people, just making sure that their programs is in operation and that they have projects, ongoing. I would like to take the time to say, if you're interested, inbox me at mdlaostyp@yahoo.com, and we can schedule a consultation day where I sit and I give you some information on which questions that's the basic of starting a nonprofit organization. There is a consultation fee, and if you're interested and you want to learn and know what's going on and how to start a nonprofit organization, who supports nonprofit organizations, that's the inbox you can hit me at to get some information. As far as myself working with you to start your nonprofit organization, that means filing your paperwork, preparing everything, and doing your fees and doing your reports and stuff for you. As far as creating that nonprofit organization from the federal to the city entity, I'll work with you guys with that. Also, I have a whole different entity where I can link you to certain organizations that do support nonprofit organizations throughout the year in community work. There are a lot of people who are in operation with the nonprofit organizations who may be struggling, who may be problems within getting support. I have linkages that may help you, and you can stay in touch with them, and they do reach out to you for those programs. If you're interested, make sure you do hit me back, mdlaostyp@yahoo.com, and in the subject area, you put I am interested in starting a nonprofit, and I'll know from that entity what I'm looking for you to do. I also have an ebook that I have, and right now is in production to be placed online as well as to be placed in service so that I can sell it and you can keep it for your own records. Having a nonprofit organization is a very, very powerful program. And when I say programs, it's a business, but it's very, very powerful, and you can create all types of different entities and programs that you do for your community, your passion. You can have it where you do events for your community, where you work with different organizations and you guys come together and you may host drives that can help the community, help the people, help families, help single parents, help grandparents. So depending on which your passion for giving back is, how we'll sit and create it. There are a lot of people who are very interested in starting a nonprofit and don't know the entities of going about getting it started. So when you do reach out to me at that email, I will take the time to, send you some information, basic, and let you know we can schedule a consultation. I'll submit in the email. We're back and forth. I'll have the subscription and what's going to be offered in the consultation and the fee for the consultation. It's just basic, getting information, telling you this is what's needed, how you can do things, versus me sitting there telling you, oh, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. This is what you do for A, B, and C. Now, someone may be interested in starting a nonprofit organization, and they might say, Vanessa, I need your help to start my nonprofit organization. Yes, I do help you with that. I do prepare your paperwork. I do prepare your filings. I do set up everything with you with this from the federal to the city. I do link you with organizations that will help you. Um, so the fee for that, I will detail that in a consultation if you're interested in that. Some people might say, "Oh, I ain't paying that. I can do it." Guess what? It's not a problem. You can do it. Some people might say, "You know what? I don't have the time to do it." And I respect that. And that's why I'm here. I'll make the time to do it. So if you're interested, just hit me up and let me know. Um, a lot of people out now starting a lot of businesses. Right now, they have a lot of funding coming through. There was a time where everybody got PPP loans. I pray by all means that everyone utilize it to the best of their ability for a real business, the real purposes. Um, Now they have, if you only got one quarter, and I'm sharing this with you because this is legit information. They're sharing with you, if you got it the first quarter and you only got it one time, they're now trying to reach out to those businesses to give them the second portion, which they're offering more. So if you're interested, there's a lot of banks that are doing extended PPP loan information. It's not called PPP loan, but you ask them about the information that's extended to getting the first, which would be your second portion of the PPP loan. And they do have a lot of banks that's lenders that's working with businesses to help them get the fundings that they need. You take the time. A lot of times, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm gonna register with grants and stuff through the federal government," and they may have U.S. Gov with grants. And then when you get there, they have other organizations that's attached to there. A lot of people get linked up with that, and we're basically, if I'm applying for something and you're telling me, "Oh, we got this program going on, we got this program going on," I'm going to think I'm reaching out to you for that program. But what they're giving you is their lenders. These are the people that'll handle the application, tell you if you're accepted, tell you if you're approved. And it's good. Don't get it wrong. It's good information because no one wants to sit and do an application and then be like, "Oh, I can't qualify for that." You have to understand your ratio of your program. Everybody that you have touched, every race you touched, you helped, you support, you can say, "I got 1% of this, I got 25% of this, I got 10% of this." Not this, but these people, these are the people that you service. And people are like, "Oh, I don't work with this, that's not for me." Sometimes, if you read more into it, it can work for you. That 1% that you may not thought could have been the one to get that application completed. And what I'm learning is a lot of people want to do a lot of programs. They have a lot of funding coming into New York City. New York State will be distributing money from the federal level down to the state, which is the governor is going to issue money for New York City. And when that money comes in, it's a lot of money in child care. Child care. A lot of people were out of work. We understand due to the coronavirus. A lot of people was out of work. A lot of people was not able to work. So that means child care providers, programs. They have a lot of money where they're helping the kids with schooling, getting them back on track. A lot of kids fell off so bad that they got so used to the homeschooling that they were afraid to go back to school. They're having problems going back to school. They're having problems struggling because the schools was pulling and closing and shoving and shifting and shutting down and opening up. Outbreak here, outbreak there. Whew, hot flash alert. Whew. Lord Jesus, is hot. But a lot of times, now they have money coming in. And I tell people, take your programs and get your credentials and get your education with your programs in order with your people, resumes. If you got any fines, pay them things off. If you got any areas that need to be fixed up, revised, take the time now to get everything started. Summer camps are coming out and they're looking for all types of camps. They're looking for camps to do reading programs. They're looking for camps to do trips. Take the time, get your application. A lot of people struggle filling these applications out. MDLAOSTYP. And the fee. I will fill that application out. A lot of people need help in a lot of different things with their applications and filing for things to get jobs and stuff for the community. You start a program with a youth program with this funding coming in. HRA, they pay very good. Everybody knows that, if you do child care or you do any programs working with kids with summer camp, New York City HRA pays very good. They make sure they pay you on time. ACS and New York City HRA is all attached. Sometimes people say, I got problems with this and that. Take the time to file your information, put your paperwork in correctly, know the people. Hello, good morning, how are you? Even if it's electronic, I'm having a problem with this. There's a hotline you have to call. Make sure you have all these numbers and emails down. When you meet people, take business cards, share your business card. Make sure your program name get recognized. Then when you run into a little crash bump, they don't have a problem helping you. When you want to start a program, they got the funding, as I was saying, coming in. It's from the state to the city. Register your programs. In your community, a lot of the community centers are closed. Some of the centers are open. They're going to be packed and booked. They probably booked already. If you have a nonprofit organization, looking to get in a space, commercial, and start sitting down, writing these places in the city to go visit. The city's opening back up. People will donate and sponsor you with trips and stuff. Take the time to learn to do that. If you have a program, you're doing a food bank, New York City Summer Youth Employment Program, schedule your day how you want your program to work with these youth. They can work on Saturdays too, if it's in your contract. So take the time to create these programs and prepare them. See, the information that I'm giving you is information that you might say, I didn't know that. Yes, SYEP for New York City, these kids love to work. You get some of them that's younger, and if you have like a food program, they can't really work too much with the kids by themselves. The Parks Department, listen, the schools, have them come in and clean the classrooms up. It's just not a custodial janitor job. They're not trying to be that. Let them come in. They can move things around. Be creative. Decorate the rooms for September. You have to create things in order for things to grow and be noticed and nourished and blossom. So when you have these programs, we can't just go on something from 20 years ago and think it's going to always work the same way today. No. The times have changed, the funding has changed, the people have changed, the program changed. So we have to understand where we stand with these programs. Because if I'm going to do a program, I want that program to be unique. What makes you unique? What made me unique? Camp started at 6. I took them at 4.5. Boop, boop. And I say, boop, boop, only because, guess what? I had parents who had 3 kids and that little 4-year-old who was going to be 5. In September, nobody would take them. Then they take all the funding from the program, from HRA, but now they want you to pay for all the trips. All my trips was paid for. All you had to do was give me a donation, which was $45 for your t-shirt, 2 t-shirts, a bag, and a hat. Let me explain something to you. I am 50. Hey. And my energy is like, oh girl, you can do a program. The money is excellent, especially today, but I can't. And I tell this to people. They are still calling me. Oh, Miss Gums, Miss Vanessa, you still doing a camp? Because I was Gums at the time. So they're saying, Mommy and Daddy, you. And I'm constantly saying, damn, no, I ain't got no program going on. But you know what happens? That's excellent. They never took me off their roster. You get transferred for whatever locations you go to. And the best entity about it is that is a service that is always needed. So they're looking for special need camps. Summer Youth is hiring. They're looking for locations for these youth to work at. And the crazy thing is, right now I'm not in operation for the simple fact I'm out on medical, so I can't really do nothing now. But I want to be there to help other programs who need advice and guidance and help to start, because it's needed. You have children that are in ACS, and I'm going to speak about ACS because that agency is the largest city agency nationwide, and we deal with so many youth all over the world. And the understanding concept of when kids go into care, half the time they don't need to be in care. The majority of the time they get more messed up while they are in care. There's no aftercare programs for them. There are no programs that is always guarantee while they are in care. They will bump you in any job or camp position, like, in the space. They will bump you. So I would say this much as far as making sure that you take that program and be very creative. We'll guarantee someone to say, you know what, register them. They're going to register you anyway once, because you got to go past inspection and all of that. So they won't tell you no, but when you don't meet certain guidelines and reservations and your inspections is not passed, that's on you. So when you're creating it, be unique. You can take something like this, and the kid will come into your program and they'll be like, what is that? Who's that? And you're like, we got a program called Peppa Pig. And they're like, wow, I love Peppa Pig. You have to entertain the children. The adults is going to pay for the entertainment, but you got to entertain the kids. My kids used to come into my program. They never wanted to go home. They used to cry not to go home. They used to be like, I don't want to leave. I say, you got to go. And, excuse me, they cried because they were safe, they were fed, they had fun, and even learning practice. You have it where they have fun. And in the process of doing that, children will enjoy your program. You hire your teenagers who are about having fun, who want to make sure that the kids have fun. And that's the important entity. Have fun. And when you're doing your application, it asks you 1,000,001 times. Have fun. I now have Luna Park reaching out to me for tickets. So this is what I say to you. People want your service. You give them good service. You give them good product. You give them good work. They want you. And all I can say is take the time to initiate what you want to do and how you want to do things, and it'll work itself out when you're creating these programs. So having a nonprofit organization, it'll get you in the step inside the door. That's first and foremost. So thanks. I hope that little information was interesting.